Welcome to Face, the program
that frontally discusses
political and social issues in Nigeria. The weekly program brought to you on Wednesday by 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by Prince Ewemade Concourse, powered by GCSDN.
Join us.
Good evening to all our wonderful viewers all over the world, and welcome to Face to Face program. This is the program where we frontally discuss political and social issues in Nigeria. This weekly program is brought to you every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by my humble self, Prince Ewemade Konkon. Our topic for discussion today is, should Nigerians be blamed if they don't elect credible leaders in 2023? I have a special guest here in the studio who is going to be joining me to have this discussion for today. Before I bring my guests to the studio, let me just give you a brief summary of what the topic is all about for today. Nigerians should be blamed if they fail to elect credible leaders in 2023. The two political parties that have destroyed Nigeria are not to be blamed. If we citizens fail to discharge our civic responsibility, if you are a Nigerian and live in Nigeria and you are of a voting age and you have witnessed untold hardship over the last 23 and a half years of the two political parties, namely PDP and APC, and you decide that on election day you are going to watch football or stay at home because you presume that your vote would not count, you are the problem of Nigeria. Let me bring in my special guest to the studio so he can say hi to our wonderful viewers all over the world. Fidelis, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you very much.
Can you say hi to our wonderful viewers all over the world, please?
My people, good evening to you all. Good morning from wherever you are watching. Good afternoon. It's nice to meet you once again.
Thank you. How was your Christmas?
It was okay. It was great. It was very, very, very great.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
My wonderful viewers all over the world, once again, you are welcome to today's edition. First of all, let me say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance to all of you. The topic for today, like I said in the introduction part, should Nigerians be blamed if they fail to elect credible leaders in 2023? Yes, we Nigerians must take the blame if we close our eye after the untold hardship we've witnessed over the last 23 and a half years, 16 years from the PDP, the People Democratic Party, and 7.5 years, going on 8 years by next year from the APC, which is the ruling party. And we decide to stay home on election day because we presume that our vote is not going to be counted or our vote will not count. We are the problem of Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar, and all other presidential aspirants, they are not to be blamed if we fail to elect credible leaders. After witnessing untold hardship for the last 7.5 years, 16 years of the PDP, which was far better than this present administration. Before General Muhammadu Buhari came into power in 2015, they came into power because things were not working under the PDP administration. However, if we are to compare our contracts, the both administration, we would prefer the PDP. They did more better than the present administration. However, in 2023, we Nigerians must go out there and change the narrative of Nigeria once and for all. We have other alternative options in this election cycle, which is the candidate of the Labour Party of Nigeria, Peter Gregory Obi, and Dr. Yusuf Ahmed Dati. That is our option for 2023. We must go out there, Emmas, and elect these two young, vibrant Nigeria who has offered us a different thing, completely different from the past administration and the present administration and every other presidential candidate on the race. Fidelis, my first question to you today. Should Nigeria be blamed if they fail to elect credible leaders in 2023?
Of course, yes. Nigeria should be blamed if they fail to. There's no doubt about it. They should be blamed for it because they have the opportunity to vote in a credible leader right now in the person of Mr. Peter Obi and his running mate, Dr. Ahmed Yusuf Dati. So if they miss out, if they fail to do the needful, they have themselves to blame. That's the truth. They have themselves to blame.
Thank you. My wonderful viewers all over the world, you just heard the same thing from our guest here in the studio. We are to blame ourselves if we fail to do everything within our power to elect a credible leader come 25th February 2023. Because we're looking at the present situation in Nigeria today, we all would take it personal. We all must take it personal to go out on an election day, vote and defend our vote. Wait, allow your vote to be counted. The winner is declared or the official result is transmitted to the headquarters. At least now we know that ringing, snatching of ballot balls and all that is going to be at the bare minimum, considering the new technology INEC has introduced to the electoral system in Nigeria, the BVAS, whereby voters accreditation, everything are done, completely different from the past election that we witnessed in Nigeria. The election results, the sheet where the election result will be transmitted live and direct to the central headquarters of the INEC, where the whole world, the election observer, the election monitors, everybody can see exactly what transpired in a local government in Nasarawa, a local government in a ward in the UB, a ward in Katsina, so on and so forth. So we must therefore rise up to contribute, to do our part. This is the election. This is the only time in Nigeria history that we will have a two credible young men aspiring to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The person of Peter Gregory Obi and Dr. Yusuf Ahmed Dati. These two young men, in their private life, they have done so well. Peter Obi, as the former governor of Anambra State, he has done so well for the people of Anambra. The first time a governor, an outgoing governor, will leave behind a whopping sum of $75 billion in the state coffer. It has never been done in the history of Nigeria. Peter Gregory Obi has done it in Anambra. So we Nigerians are also urging him to come and replicate the same thing at the national level. Yes, Peter Obi alone cannot rule Nigeria, but at least it can strengthen the institution that we have that has been weakened by the corrupt elite in Nigeria political system. These are what we are looking forward to in 2033 and beyond. What, my brother, Fidelis?
Yes, my brother.
What must Nigerians do to avoid a repeat of 2015 general election?
First and foremost, they should go and get their PVCs. Registration has passed. They should go now and collect their PVC. They should come out and vote and protect their vote. Make sure they have the result of their polling unit snapped and keep it on their phones so that they cannot manipulate the result. So they should first of all go on, because INEC officials are complaining about people not coming to collect their PVC, number one. Without your PVC, you can't vote. And it will be a waste of time, energy, and foolishness for you to go and register for PVC and refuse to collect it. And it will be more foolish and stupid if you collect it, you refuse to come out and vote. So one, go and collect your PVC. 2, come out and vote. 3, protect your vote. Make sure your vote counts. This is not a time to play. This is not time to joke. And they must do everything with their power to support the right candidate. I won't say their preferred candidate, because some people are still living in the dark. Some still prefer APC and PDP. No. APC and PDP has nothing to offer. The right candidate that will lead Nigeria, the right candidate that will take Nigeria to that place we want, that will set Nigeria on track, that will put us on the race, is Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati Yusuf of Labour Party. So Nigeria should please start canvassing for them, collect your PVC, come out and vote, contribute if you have to contribute physically with your body, financially contribute, even spiritually pray. We must do everything within our power to see that Peter Obi emerge as the next president of Nigeria. If not, what we are experiencing now will be child's play if we elect PDP or APC again. That's what I have to say for that.
Thank you so much, my brother. My viewers all over the world, you heard it. PDP and APC has nothing to offer. When I hear some youth see glamoring or advocating or soliciting or campaigning on behalf of these two political parties, I begin to wonder, what planet do they live in? What clime do they live in? Are they not part of the same Nigeria that we, the 130 million, the 130 million, the poorest people in Nigeria, the 130 million that the APC and the PDP has pushed into poverty over the last 7.5 years, or over the last 23 years and a half? Are they not part of it? Do they not live in Nigeria? Do they don't have a family or friends or relative that lives in Nigeria, that they are still clamoring for APC government to return, for blah blah blue to return back to Aso Rock, or for Atiku to continue to come back and loot and sell off all the assets that is left over from the 1999, from 1999 to 2007. So I begin to wonder, or are they clueless? They don't think like you and I, Fidelis?
I don't think so.
Or are they on some kind of drug that APC administration have induced into food for them to eat? These are some of the questions that come to mind when I see Nigerians on social media, especially some of those that I know personally. On social media, see advocating for APC government to come back.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
When a child goes to school and come back home with the F9, what do? You don't allow what you do is that child need a proper education. He need an assistant. He need a tutor, a private tutor at home. That's what you do. In the case of Nigeria, we don't want APC to come back. We do not want APC to continue the untold hardship that they brought upon Nigeria over the last 7.5 years. No, we don't want it. With a capital no. Most of us that reside in the Western clime, we are tired of sending money home. We want to use our money for ourselves here. If Nigeria was workable, if Nigeria things were working the way it ought to be, nobody will be sending money home. If you send money home, at your own pleasure, not under duress or under pressure from anybody. We want a Nigeria whereby the youth will go to school, they will graduate, they'll get a job, the way it was in the 70s and in the early 80s. When people come to UK, United States and Canada to school and they return back to Nigeria. With an open mind, they return back home. Today, nobody wants to return back to Nigeria. All you hear in Nigeria of today is jackpot. The word jackpot is to travel out. Jackpot to anywhere, but not Nigeria. That is what you hear from every youth. My heart bleeds whenever I hear such word from people that everybody want to jackpot from Nigeria. Who is going to fix Nigeria? We that live in the diaspora, we are advocating for a better Nigeria so that we can equally return back home and be part of that of the nation building, to build our fatherland. We are not doing this because we don't have anything else to do. No. We want a Nigeria that works for everybody, whereby healthcare will be available to everybody, irrespective of your tribe, your religion, your political affiliation, or where you worship. We want a school that can compete with the Western education. That is what we want. We want a Nigeria that we can produce what we eat, not import what we eat. That is the Nigeria that we want. So for some of our youth, I will not say all of them. For some of our youth who are on social media, I beg of you to desist from it. Campaign for a better candidate, not Atiku and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. These two candidates, they are completely write off. Their time has expired. I said it. Their time has expired. Atiku was vice president under Olusegun Obasanjo for 2 tenures. He sold off. He was in charge of Nigerian asset. He sold off all our assets to his friends and cronies. He's coming back again to come and continue from where he stopped in 2007. For Bola Ahmed Tinubu brought Buhari upon Nigeria in 2015. He campaigned alongside with General Muhammadu Buhari. And he said, Buhari will turn Nigeria around. Buhari will make dollar equals to 1 naira. Today, the case is different. And you want such a man who campaigned for a failed leader to come and rule over me and you? No, that's insane. Completely insane. I beg of you, you Nigerian youth, desist from campaigning from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Look for or Atiku. Look for somebody else if you don't want to vote for Peter Obi. If Peter Obi is not your preferred candidate, vote somebody else. Vote somebody else instead of campaigning and advocating for these two failed people that want to come and lead Nigeria. A man that cannot even hold the nation's flag on the national TV saying blah blah blue. That's the man, the kind of person you want him to come and rule over you and I? Are you sick or what? I don't think you see Nigeria the way we see it. I saw the good part of Nigeria growing up as a young man. Looking at Nigeria of today, especially the youth of today, they didn't benefit what I benefited and what those before me benefited from Nigeria. I went to school under free education. We were given milk, given rice, everything in school. My parents didn't have to pay for anything. That is the kind of Nigeria that we want. Not Nigeria that, your parents have to pay for everything. Your school. Textbooks was free. Textbooks was given to me free of charge. Pen, ruler, eraser, free of charge. That's the kind of Nigeria that we want. So, please, my brothers and sisters all over the world, pick the phone and start talking to your brothers and sisters back home, especially those who are advocating for Tinubu administration and by Bola Ahmed administration to come and rule over you and I. That's completely unacceptable. Buhari has failed. So Buhari has failed. It cannot also endorse a man that will come after him to come and rule over you. A man that you and I know very well is not mentally fit, it's not physically fit. A man that will be spending most of the days at the France or UK hospital to come and rule over you and I. When we have two sound, intelligent young men who have done so well for themselves in their private life, it is completely unacceptable. My brother, Fidelis.
Yes, my brother, I'm with you.
What must Nigerians do to elect Peter Gregory Obi and Dr. Yusuf Ahmed of Labour Party come February 25th, 2023?
Like I said before, all hands must be on deck, because these people, Nigerians, must make up their mind. of what they want, who they want, the party they want. Because some have this flimsy excuse of saying hunger, poverty is making them sell their votes. If you want to have a better Nigeria, a Nigeria where education is a priority to the government, health is a priority to the government, your well-being is a priority to the government, you must sacrifice that peanut they give to you, that 5,000, 3,000, and wrapper or sugar and salt, just to vote them in. Then you suffer for 4 or 8 years. You must make up your mind that this time around, I'd rather suffer today and enjoy tomorrow. Go and collect your PVC. I've said it before. What you must do. Come out and vote. Protect your vote. Then start talking to people. If just try to convince 5 people to vote for Peter Obi, let that 5 people convince another 5 people each to vote for Peter Obi. Volunteer yourself. Labour Party don't have the money PDP have. Labour Party don't have the money APC have. Those two parties, they've taken enough, stolen enough money from Nigerians. So is their presidential candidate. Peter Obi don't have that kind of money. So we must support him with finance, with our finances, with our body, with our time. In doing that for Peter Obi and Labour Party, we are doing it for ourselves, for our children, and our future. Because at the end of the day, we all can see what APC and PDP have turned Nigeria to. PDP was even remorseful enough to apologize to Nigerians. Have you seen that in APC? No. If Tinubu is a patriotic Nigeria, is straightforward or honest, he would have been condemning these killings, hardship, poverty, insecurity brought upon Nigerians by this government, because he brought this government. He should have been condemning it. He should have been apologizing before now. But he even said he's going to continue the good job of President Muhammadu Buhari. So it's left for you to be able to deduce or decode the language he has used. It's left for you to be able to say, no, this job Buhari has done is wrong, it's not good. This job has brought us untold hardship, sufferings, killings, insecurity everywhere. We don't want it anymore. So therefore, let us retire these old politicians recycling themselves, and let us start with Peter Obi and Ahmed Yusuf Dati of Labour Party. Let us start with them to rebuild Nigeria. Like I always say, Nigeria is like a trailer, a truck climbing the hill. All of a sudden, brake fails. He's coming back, falling back without brake. That is how Nigeria is right now. We need somebody to stop the truck, start fixing the truck, fix the truck, and get the truck moving. That's the kind of person we need right now. We don't
Thank
need
you, my brother.
people to come and steal our money.
Thank you. Before we continue, let's take some quick comment here. The first one is from Tabori Louis. You will be blamed too for encouraging Nigeria to pick one among the three thieves who are part of the system that destroyed Nigeria. My brother, let me correct you. Point of correction. We have two thieves, Tinubu and Abubakar Atiku. Both of them, look at their history. Peter Obi has not stolen. He did not steal any money when he left Anambra as the former governor, as a governor. So you cannot refer him as a thief. If you have another candidate that is not these two, PDP and APC, it is your choice to vote for that person. But I'm telling you, the only man that can transform this nation, that can move us from consumption into production, is Peter Gregory Obi of Labour Party. He has done it as a former governor, and he will replicate the same thing as the president and chief commander of the armed force of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, I'm telling you, my brother, if you love Nigeria, if you want a better Nigeria, if you want your children to grow up in a Nigeria, that things will completely be different from the way they met it, vote for Peter Gregory Obi of Labour Party. I thank you for your comment. And the next person is Hadi Tayo. Bro, forget, bad is the way forward. Peter Obi will just be like Buhari, who has good intention but no idea. How can you say that? Look at exactly what I was just talking about. In this age, in this time, in this season, in this period, you can come on it or come on internet and be talking about BAT. What has BAT got to offer Nigerians? Blah, blah, blue. Is that what it's going to offer you and I? If you don't have anything good, anything meaningful to do with your data, I suggest you keep it for something else. Please. God bless you. And before we continue again, let me just play a jingle, play a message from our brother Dele Faro Timi, and hear directly from
the Nigerian is on trial. It is not Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is on trial. It is me and you, all of us, as a collective. It is whether we are either conscious enough to know what is right, or we have lost the capacity as a collective to do the right thing. We can't pretend that this is about Bola Tinubu. It has nothing to do with Bola Tinubu. Any crook can aspire to office. But who are the people voting? Are they also crooks? Are they drug pushers? You cannot give somebody your child in marriage, why are you appointing him to the presidency? So don't blame Bola Tinubu. God forbid that we have sufficient numbers of idiots and morons to elect him to power. But if that is what happens, don't blame the man. Look to the people. And it's not just those who have voted for him. The persons who refuse to go and collect their PVC and not vote will be responsible. God forbid that happens. The people who have their PVC and decide to play football on that day, they will be equally responsible. So it is not about Bola Tinubu. Let's even not make this about the man. It's not about him. That we are talking about him tells you that you have sufficient number of morons in our country already. So let's focus on the people who are making such an odious person a viable candidate to be discussed. Let's not focus on him. He's not even qualified to be discussed, if the truth be told. He's the one saying that somebody should not be mentioned around him. Truth of the matter is, he is the person that is too odious to be discussed.
My viewers, you heard directly from Dele Faro Timi, a man who is so passionate about Nigeria as a nation. He said, only if God forbid, let me use the word, if God forbid, we have enough numbers from morons to elect Tinubu, that we shouldn't blame him, but we'll blame ourselves. Because in this time and in this age, with all the happenings in Nigeria, anybody who can still come on social media to advocate for Tinubu or Atiku, automatically, according to Dele Faro Timi, not my word, they are morons. That's what he said. Not my word. Because it is only moron that will vote for these two political parties. Only moron that will come out and vote for these two political parties. when it's very glaring to every one of us that they have done their best. They have done their best for Nigeria. PDP was in power for 16 good years. What did they do? If they have done better, APC would have not rode to Buhari would have not rode into power in 2015. Because of their failure, that was what brought in the Buhari-led administration that has also failed Nigeria over the last 7.5 years. Not only failed, they failed more than times 10 of the PDP era. The killing became number one business in Nigeria. Ransom paying became number one business in Nigeria. Ammunition. Look at I was reading the statistic of importation of gun over the last few years under this administration. It is the highest in the history of Nigeria as a nation. The highest importation of gun. So, according to Dele Farotimi, you must be moronic in your brain. Your thinking, everything about you is moronic. For you to see advocate for Tinubu to become president or Atiku to become president, when there are other vibrant young men on the race. Somebody like Peter Gregory Obi. This is the man that has been tested as the former governor and can be trusted. Look back into the history as all the former governors of Nigeria, beside our former president of blessed memory, Yaradua, who also left 5 billion in the state coffer for Katsina State. There is no governor in the history, I stand to be corrected on this, but there is no governor, dead or alive, beside the late Yaradua, who has left so much amount of money in the government coffer. Most of them, they will leave money, they will write check before their final day, the last day they will hand over. Once they leave, those money will be cashed by their cronies and whatever fake contract and all that they are awarded. But Peter Gregory Obi left that money, called the bank. I have the video, I will play it for you to see. Call the bank. How much do you? They will say, hand over the money to my next president, the next governor, which was Obiano. So there's nobody that has done this. We need him to replicate the same thing for just 8 years, and let's see how Nigeria will look like after him. This is what we want. You guys, you are wasting your time on social media, but at the end of the day, you are calling people abroad to send you money. Do they pick the money from the floor? The system is working over here in the Western world. That's why we're able to send you guys money over there in Nigeria. If the system was the same thing like Nigeria, do you think we'll be sending you money, or we're going to cut our head and send to you? So that's why Nigeria must work. Nigeria must work, whether you guys like it or not. Nigeria must work. It must work in my time. It must work in your time, my brother, Fidelis.
Yes.
Nigeria must work, whether they like it or not. So if we fail to elect credible leader, to elect precisely Peter Gregory Obi of Labour Party in 2023, we are doomed for another 2 decades. We are doomed completely. The kind of darkness that will becloud Nigeria, it will be unbearable. The word Jakpa will become Jakparistics. That will be the next word that you Nigerian youth will now invent, Jakparistics. My brother, before we continue, let me just play the video then.
When I hand over, did it in public. We get 3 banks for Nigeria. Access Bank. I said, Managing Director, in your bank today, Anambra State Government, we get $50 million, 12 billion. Diamond Bank, I get in your bank, $50 million, 12 billion. Fidelity Bank, I get $56 million, 12 billion. I do investment for company. Treasury Brewery, $30 million. NIPP, $59 million. This morning, Anambra State money. Give us to this man where they come. That's the new governor. And they live today. Since I live, Anambra.
You heard it, my viewers all over the world. You heard it directly from the man. I did not. It is not my word. Since he left office as the former governor, he has not collected 1 dime. And you, the Nigerian youth, you come on social media to advocate for Tinubu government, to advocate for Atiku government. These are people. They are collecting pension. Atiku is collecting pension as former vice president. Tinubu is collecting pension as former governor, as former senator. Obi has not collected a dime. He has no property. He only has 1 property in Anambra. Can you tell me this? Can you say the same thing of Tinubu? Tinubu owes the entire Lagos, alphabet are collecting all the taxes. Now you want Tinubu to come and replicate the same thing at the national level, to turn Nigeria to his father's business. Then the daughter can become the Yaloja of Nigeria. That's what you want, to continue to enslave you people. No, 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 no. My Nigerian youth, go out there, pick up your PVC on election day, vote for Labour Party, vote for Peter Gregory Obi of Labour Party. And let's together witness a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria is very possible under the leadership of Peter Gregory Obi. I can say that categorically, with everything, I can beat my chest for it. A new Nigeria is possible. But I cannot say the same thing of Atiku and the Tinubu government, because they've been tested before. Tinubu was once a vice president. I don't know what he left behind in the Aso Rock that he wants to come back and collect, or maybe he left some save, some cash somewhere in the Aso Rock that is coming back to collect. Tinubu goes into Aso Rock in and out every day. So I don't know. He brought Buhari, gave us Buhari in 2015. So my brother Fidelis, what is your final advice for Nigerians?
My final advice, I will start with the comment of our brother, which says, encourage one of the three thieves. My brother, if you are sincere and honest in your comment, you won't include Obi among those people. Maybe you are stylishly working for one of them. So the best way to air your views to discredit Obi, a man who did governor for 8 years, there's no criminal case against him, no corruption case against him, no petition, and you are there saying you are calling him a thief. Can't you see that you are just blackmailing him? It's not a thief. A man who refused to collect pension, a man who doesn't have a parcel of land allocated to him when he was a governor. See, I always tell people, public fund is different from personal fund. Obi has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he can manage public fund. He can manage community fund. He can do well with it. That is why we stand by Obi today. We are not just standing by Obi because he's Obi. We stand by him based on past record, based on what he has done. So my people, take your time to listen to these candidates. Somebody that is old, somebody that has so many questions to answer, integrity challenged people. Your name, your real name is questionable. Your living school certificate is questionable.
Date of birth
is questionable. Your BSc is questionable. Your business is questionable. Cases of being a drug baron is there. You want to give that kind of person your national treasury to run? No. Not to talk of Atiku. Corruption charges on him is beyond what you can imagine. Even his principal for 8 years,
his former boss
said he cannot vouch for him, that if he stand by Atiku or bring Atiku, God will not forgive him. So my people, shine your eyes. Peter Obi and Ahmed Yusuf Dati, they have proven themselves in their private business and working for the government. Ahmed Dati has been a senator. He's done well. So my people, this is not time to sugarcoat anything or be politically correct. This is time to tell ourselves the truth. PDP and APC does not deserve our vote. Tinubu and Atiku does not deserve our vote. Let us vote for competence, vision, mission, and a patriotic Nigeria. A man who will transform Nigeria. A man who will give us the desired Nigeria. Look at what he did in the state when it comes to health, education, creating jobs, pulling people out of poverty. How many states have done that? These statistics are there. Go and check. He pulled people out of poverty. So my people, please, I encourage you all to endorse us. Canvas that will be an Ahmed Yusuf Dati of Labour Party. Talk to people. Talk to as many as you can. Because if Nigeria is good today, it will favor all of us. If Nigeria is bad, it will affect all of us. But let me tell you something. You see those elites, those criminals you call elites, their children don't even know what is called suffering. They don't even know they don't even understand how the healthcare in Nigeria works. They don't even understand how the education in Nigeria works. They don't even understand how things work in Nigeria because they've been living abroad, only come to Nigeria to enjoy. They study abroad. They have their healthcare abroad. They have their hands abroad. They have their business abroad. So, my people, shine your eyes. Think well. They have dual citizenship. Their own jackpot, if anything happens in Nigeria, it's just like this. So, let us vote for the person that will fix Nigeria for us. So, at the end of the day, we all will be proud to be Nigerians. Go and check at Obi's manifesto. He talked about hourly payment. He talked about diaspora. He talked about security. He talked about cutting down the cost of governance and even their salaries. House of Rep, ministers, president, that had to cut down the salary. For him to have boldly given us that shows he's ready to work, because they will fight him with everything. So my people, I encourage you all to please collect your PVC, canvass for people, come out and vote for Peter Obi, vote for Labour Party. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother Fidelis. It's always nice to have you here on my program. My fellow Nigerians and former Nigerians, I'm very sure you're all tired and sick of the happenings in Nigeria, including those that lives in Nigeria. We have the opportunity to change the narrative of Nigeria once and for all. And that opportunity is coming before us on the 25th of February, 2023, where we have the opportunity to decide who will rule or will take our country further beyond 2023, 24, 25, and 26. The only thing that we need to do as citizens is to perform our civic responsibility by ensuring that on election day we go out there and elect a credible leader. A leader that has the masses at heart. A leader that has the vision, the capacity, and the ability to transform Nigeria from a consumption nation into a production nation. A leader that will stop the importation of things we do not need. A leader that would make Nigeria proud again in the communities of nation. That is the person of Peter Gregory Obi and Dr. Yusuf Ahmed Dati of Labour Party. These two credible leaders will be able to redefine how Nigeria is being talked about in the communities of nation, how the international community will address Nigeria as a nation. Because when they see that we have someone who can stand shoulder to shoulder, head to head with them on any issue, Nigeria will get more respect from them. Not a leader that always comes before them to beg, to solicit for loan. That is why we, members of the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, we are begging you, we are urging you to go out there, pick up your PVC on election day, vote and elect Peter Gregory Obi of Labour Party. That is the only credible person in this election circle. Until next week, same time, same place. Remain blessed. Thank you, my brother Fidelis.
Thank you very much for having me.